Did you know that one of the most intense, brutal, and emotionally charged painters of the Baroque era was a Spaniard who became a legend in Italy? Today, we dive into the life of José de la Ribera, also known as Spagnoletto or the Little Spaniard, an artist so dramatic and visceral that Lord Byron once said he dipped his brush in the blood of saints. Exaggeration? Maybe, but once you see his work, you might start to wonder. José de Ribera was born in 1591 in Játiva, Spain, the son of a humble shoemaker. Nothing in his background suggested he would become a giant of European art. But from childhood, Ribera showed a remarkable talent for drawing an enormous fascination with the human expression. For him, art wasn't decoration, it was a way of dissecting the soul. And he understood very early that if he wanted to become a great painter, Spain wasn't enough. Real opportunity lived across the sea. So, still incredibly young, he made the life-changing decision to travel to Italy, the artistic capital of the world. He arrived with almost nothing, just determination, talent, and a stubborn belief in his own potential. In Italy, he adopted variations of his name, like Giuseppe Ribera, and because of his short stature and unmistakable Spanish features, locals began calling him Lo Spagnoletto, or the Little Spaniard. What began as a nickname would become his signature identity. Ribera spent time in cities like Parma and Rome, and it was in Rome that he encountered the artistic force that forever changed him, Caravaggio. Caravaggio's work was raw, dramatic, violent, bathed in shadows and illuminated by sudden, piercing light. It was realism pushed to emotional extremes. Ribera fell completely under this influence. Some historians say they may have met in person. Others believe Ribera only saw Caravaggio's works. But what's certain is that Ribera became one of the first and one of the best Caravaggisti, the painters who embraced the master's tenebrism. And then came the city that would define the rest of his life, Naples. In 1616, Naples was under Spanish rule, making it the perfect place for Ribera to succeed both as a Spaniard and as a master trained in the Italian style. He married Caterina Asolino, the daughter of a Sicilian painter, and settled permanently in the city. Naples embraced him immediately. Not only did he impress local nobles and merchants, but even the Spanish viceroys became his patrons. His works traveled back to Spain and deeply influenced artists like Velázquez and Murillo, and even centuries later inspired modern painters such as Matisse. But what truly set Ribera apart, and what made him unforgettable, was the raw emotional power of his paintings. Ribera specialized in religious scenes, mythological creatures, and depictions of saints. But he approached these themes in a way that no one had dared before. His saints are not idealized. They are not ethereal or gentle. They are human, fragile, terrified. Their faces are wrinkled, their bodies wounded. Their expressions are filled with suffering, fear, surrender, and sometimes transcendent peace. He painted martyrs with such intensity that the viewer feels like a witness, not just an observer. This dramatic use of shadow and light, known as tenebrism, became his signature technique. In his paintings, darkness isn't just a background, it's a character. It swallows entire scenes, allowing the light to slice through the canvas and reveal pain, dignity, or spiritual ecstasy. His brushstrokes are thick, almost sculptural, creating textures that make skin, hair, and wounds appear almost tangible. But Ribera wasn't only darkness. During the 1630s, a period considered his artistic peak, his palette lightened. His compositions became more harmonious, and he explored themes of purity and serenity, such as his masterpiece of The Immaculate Conception. This shift didn't dilute his intensity, it broadened his emotional range. For the first time, viewers saw Ribera paint not just suffering, but hope. He was also an exceptional printmaker and craftsman, producing etchings that ranked among the finest of the Baroque period. This work circulated widely and helped spread his influence across Europe, especially in Spain. Among the artists shaped by Ribera's teachings were major figures like Luca Giordano and Agnello Falcone, ensuring that his legacy lived on after his death in Naples 1652. Today, José de Ribera is remembered as a master of dramatic realism, a painter who transformed human suffering into something profoundly beautiful and deeply human.